Colorado High School Activities Association football is on Morgan County's B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Tonight from Legion Field in Fort Morgan, it's the opening game of the 2019 season as the Fort Morgan Mustangs entertain the Brush Speed Diggers. The band is back for a third consecutive year. That would be the weakest member. Yours truly, John Beltran, along with Brian Nickel and Kevin Rohde. And the Mustangs, Brian, have dominated this the last 4 years. Brush has not won since 2014, which was when they won the 2A state championship. So the Mustangs certainly have a psychological edge, but we know they've got to replace a couple of key players on offense.
Yeah, they got to replace J.P. Hamer and Isaac Linker. They combined for almost 50 touchdowns last year, and they're going to have to find somebody that can replace those two. And also on defense, you're losing your leading tackler in Isaac Linker, plus Alex Ortega. He had 55 tackles last year, so defensively you're going to have to pick up somebody there to pick that up too.
Kevin, something you pointed out last year early on in the season, I think the last 2 years, in fact, you got to stay away from those silly mistakes that can thwart a team, penalties, especially in 2017. Not as much of an issue last year when they won in Brush and they won at Lutheran, but it tells you how experienced and disciplined a team can be if they can stay away from those penalties, especially early in the season when new players are slotted into new positions.
Right, and that's where Brush has a slight advantage today, having played last week against Wiggins. They've gotten kind of those first game jitters out, and Fort Morgan's, starting off fresh. A lot of kids in positions maybe they hadn't played before.
Brian, let's get to your nickel package here before we get to the kickoff.
The first one I had was on the offense. You don't want to go when you first get the ball. You don't want to go 3 and out and give Brush that ball right back. You don't want to give them a confidence builder. The offensive line is fairly new. The 3 interior linemen are new. We'll see how the linemen hold up tonight as far as pass rushing or holding the rush out.
Right.
And third one, offensive weapons. We'll see where they come at this year with their weapons. Somebody will have to step up and get their touchdowns.
Whitney and Ortega deep for the Mustangs.
Pressure on Hondo tonight. He's a sophomore, but he is.
Link will tee it up for the Diggers.
He has some experience. Number 3, D-backs have got to play their position. You can't go off of your receivers.
Opening kickoff brought to you by Ingmeyer Phillips Insurance. Things happen in life. Make sure you're prepared with the right insurance coverage. Ingmeyer Phillips Insurance and Brush in Fort Morgan. Brush to kick it off. Jacob Ortega and Briggs Wheatley back. And Wheatley fields it at the 15 along the sideline, running to his left to the 20, across the 30. He's got the sideline to the 40, and he's tackled at the 47-yard line. A return of 32 yards, and that's a big special teams play for the Mustangs. Jesus Argoff, the sophomore,
the Mustangs will have it at the 48.
made the tackle there for the Brush Speed Diggers, but Kevin, great field position to begin the 2019 season at about the 48-yard line.
All right, you got to love a short field. Kind of eliminates the possibilities of those mistakes that we talked about. You don't have to sustain a really long drive.
As you can tell, it's a capacity crowd here with the Fort Morgan faithful to our right, and we're right below the public address announcer, so I'll try to penetrate through that sound as much as possible. The quarterback is Caden Edson, 1st and 10. The Mustangs at their own 48. One setback, that's Jacob Ortega, 2 receivers. Handoff to Ortega, and he's got nearly a first down. Check that. That's the other back in there for Fort Morgan, Levi McCoy. And McCoy across the 45 to the 40. So that didn't take long. My first mistake already of the season. But it's a gain of 12 yards. 12 yards for Levi McCoy. And a first down for the Mustangs.
Play and hurry up.
Out of the shotgun, there's a handoff, and that time McCoy's hit in the backfield. Tremendous penetration. Nick Wellen, who had 82 tackles a year ago, makes the tackle. It's a loss of 1. 2nd down and 11 for Fort Morgan at the 41. Lost about half a yard. But Brian, it's a quick pace for the Mustangs right up to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it is quick. I like to see that. Maybe we'll catch them off guard a little bit on their defense.
2nd down and about 11 to go at the 41 of Brush on the opening drive of the game. Brush is 1-0 after beating Wiggins 14-6 last week. Again, 5 yards behind center as Edson has the football. He'll take it himself, running to his right, stutter steps, and then he lost the football. Nope. He was just spun around inside the 35
Edson on the keeper.
To the 33. The ball was exposed a little bit, but he picked up about 8 yards in a play. Luke Seawald makes the tackle for Brush.
Cantu on the tackle.
It'll be third down and 3 to go from the 33. And Kevin, this way you don't think. You're up to the line of scrimmage and you just run plays.
Right. They're all looking over at the coach to tell him what the play is. That seems to be the new thing A lot of teams now don't send someone in with play.
One setback, 3rd down and 3 from the Brush 33. Again, out of the gun, and there's a handoff left side. There's a hole to the outside, and that's going to be Kale Langford slipping out of a tackle momentarily, but then he's held up. He's going to be short of a first down. Nick Wellen and Alejandro Matos Garcia in on the play. It's a gain of 2, and Kale hasn't carried the ball much, at least not last year, and it took him a while to get out there. But now the Mustangs will go for it. It's only a gain of 1 now. They'll mark it back at the 32 on 4th down and 2 for Fort Morgan, dressed in their road blacks. Ortega's the receiver to the right, but more than likely this will be a running play. Again, a few yards behind center. He'll take it himself. Edson has got a first down across the 30 to the 29 behind his right guard. Picks up 3 yards on the play. You know what, Brian? He might have run behind Nick Norris there. Yeah. That's a big boy to run behind.
They had Edson out, and they had Wheatley.
Wheatley carried.
Wheatley in for that one.
All right, that's my second mistake. That'll continue to happen. First down and 10 for Fort Morgan at the 29. Again, Briggs Wheatley on the carry. You've got, are they setting up with trips to the right here? Ortega's out there along with Adam Cardona. And one receiver to the left is Malachi Yanez, a junior. On 1st and 10, officially the ball's at the 29 of Brush. Edson awaits the snap. 2-step drop, looks, and he throws it intercepted at the 22-yard line. That might be Jace Krieger at the 40. And then he spun down at the 46. Boy, that was an awful pass. It looked like if that was Krieger, it looked like that he was the receiver. I don't know what Edson saw there, but it was an awful pass. And his first pass of the season is picked off. It's a return of 24, and Brush is set up at their own 46-yard line. What do we talk about? Not penalties, but a turnover here to begin the game.
Yeah, and good play there by the sophomore Krieger. He just kind of floated out as the linebacker and took away that in, and Caden didn't see him.
But, Kevin, I didn't see a Fort Morgan receiver in the area.
The wideout did like a 5-yard in.
Well, he was way behind him, though, then.
It was under through.
Under center, Matos Garcia, the backs are split. Hondo back to throw, looking, heaves it up the left sideline, wide open. It's dropped at the 30-yard line. Ivan Cardenas had Jacob Ortega beat. He had an issue there last week. In fact,
down and 10.
Matos Garcia threw some nice passes a week ago, and his receivers were not helping him for the most part, and that was a perfect example. I don't think it would have been a touchdown. He was kind of waiting on the ball, but it would have been an easy 25 to 30-yard game.
Oh, yeah, he'd got behind the defensive back there. I think that might have caught Fort Morgan off guard just a little bit, as much running as Brush did last week.
Well, that's the difference between playing one game versus 0 games. Right. 2nd down and 10 for the 46-yard line. One receiver out to the right, could be a running play. And, boy, hitting the backfield there was Nick Wellen. He got the football for about a second and was torn down.
Very stacked up.
Wow.
Behind the line of
Who got him there in the middle? It looked like, I think the first guy in on the hit was Juan Chavez, the senior, for a loss of close to 4. We'll give him a 3-yard loss. And, I mean, I don't care if you're an all-pro running back. You got no shot there, considering as soon as he got the football, he was tackled.
Right.
8:32 to go in the opening quarter. Brush nothing, Fort Morgan nothing. The Mustangs had it in B-Digger territory, but Caden Edson was intercepted by Jace Krieger from their own 42. Hondo with the bootleg right has the 45-yard line and a little bit more along the sideline, knocked out of bounds to the 47. It'll be a gain of 5. It'll be 4th down and about 8 to go, maybe 9 to go for Brush.
Ernie Sandoval on the stop for the
Ernie
Mustangs.
Sandoval, a junior, made the tackle. Briggs Wheatley and Jacob Ortega are back deep to receive.
Wheatley and Ortega back for the
Let's see
Mustangs.
who they got punting. Last week they had Braxton Shelton punting against Wiggins. Hunter standing at his own 32-yard line.
To kick it.
Yep, he's in there as well. A light rush, an end-over-end punt. It'll be fielded at the 27 by Wheatley. Now he spins and reverses the field, looking for a block at the 30, along the right sideline of the 40. And there's going to be a flag down, and he's going to go out of bounds. That's going to go against Fort Morgan.
Wheatley on the return.
And that's going to nullify what would have been about a 32-yard return. But this one is coming back.
There's that mistake you were talking about. Instead of having it 35 yards from the goal, now we're going to be going 65 yards.
Well, what about this atmosphere, Kevin? I feel a lot of energy on this side. Maybe it's the band and the people, but of course, it's a Morgan County game, so
Well, we've talked in the past about how sometimes Fort Morgan doesn't support its team as well as we'd like to see. It's a full house tonight. I think there's a lot of people anticipating a good season.
Well, Brush got off to a good start last week, and this is the fun part of coaching. When you have to replace some very good players, I think it's a challenge to the coaches.
That'll spot it at the 34. The Mustangs will have it there. First down and 10.
And Coach Davey says, I'm not going to run the same system necessarily just because I'm a Fort Morgan head coach. I'm going to run a system that's conducive to my players' skills.
Right. Yep.
First and 10 from the 35. Off the penalty against the Mustangs. A hold there on that return. Edson is going to hand it off. Nope, he's going to bootleg it out to the left. He'll throw on the run and complete at the 49 and spinning out of a tackle at the 40. And the ball is loose. It's fumbled over there. I think Fort Morgan fell on it at the 35-yard line. Let's see who made that catch first for Fort Morgan. It would be a gain of about 30.
Edson's pass is complete to Marquez.
Well, they're going to say Fernando Marquez. Yeah, he did make the
ball
catch, the junior.
His own fumble. It's down at the 34-yard line. The Mustangs will have it there, and that's a Mustang first down.
Again, a gain of 30, but Fernando, who's a great athlete, he didn't sense anybody behind him because you could clearly see from our vantage point that somebody was on his tail.
It's a good thing Jacob Ortega hustled down there and was following the play and could get on that ball.
First and 10, they go from 135 to the other on the gain of 30. Edson will hand it off this time and stutter stepping right up the gut. And being driven back after a gain of 3 to the 32 is Levi McCoy. Second down and 7. Luke Seawald,
McCoy on the carry,
as well as Ty Griffith, the freshman, in on the hit.
Ty Griffith on the stop for the Diggers.
They got a little bit of
It'll
room
be
running
second
up the
down
middle
and
there,
7.
but we'll see if that continues. They try to get it outside a little bit more.
Second down and 7 from the 32-yard line. Again, about 4 yards behind center is Caden Edson. He'll take it himself, run it to the outside on the left side. A first down to the 20, and then he's tackled around the top of the jersey right
Edson
there.
Keep it around the
That's
left side.
a 20, but not before a gain of 12. And another Mustang first down. Some nice blocking there on the left side of the offensive line for Fort Morgan.
Stopped by Hunter Dunn.
That was one of the question marks. How is that interior line going to turn over with all the new people? And they seem to be opening up some holes for them.
I think each of the tackles are seniors. They got Brian Paxton on the left side, I believe, and Nick Norris on the right.
First and 10 from the 20. Play action. Rolling to his right is Edson. He's got protection. Throws on the run. Tip and incomplete. That's a dangerous pass to Ortega. Nick Wellen was right there at the 9-yard line, and Hayden's got to be careful.
Jacob Ortega falls incomplete. Nick Whalen on
That's an example of how he is staying with some plays from last year. That's mostly what
Isaac Linker.
Linker did last year was a lot of rollouts to give him a chance to kind of look downfield and see what's going on.
Well, it's a good play call, but you got to make sure the seam is open, and there was a slight opening there. But if you're going to thread the needle, Brian, you got to be spot on.
Yeah, and it's got to be a harder pass. He doesn't look like he has a lot behind that ball.
Yep, 2 receivers to the left, man in motion, and on the end around, the handoff to Ortega, looking for a block, stutter steps, and cuts it back to the inside, but he's down at the 19. Yeah, you can't take that long to make a move. Might have got the 18.
On the reverse.
Nick Wellen.
Tackled by Wellen.
Made the
at
hit.
About the 19.
Really good job by the defensive end for Brush that time to keep us contained. He just couldn't get around, and then by the time he realized that he cut in, he had a lot of support.
6 minutes to go in the opening quarter from Fort Morgan. No score between the Beat Diggers and Mustangs. A quick-moving first quarter. 1 turnover so far in the game. An interception by Jace Krieger of Brush, but Fort Morgan certainly has dominated here in the early going, just moving the ball. Brush went 3 and out, however, had a drop pass on 3rd and 9 for the 19. Man in motion to the left. Edson with 1 setback. Will hand it off, and running to the outside is K.O. Langford trying to spin out of a tackle, and he carries a defender to the 16. But that's
Langford on the carry, works his
and
way
holding on for
15.
dear life was Ivan Cardenas for the gain of 3.
On the stop. It's going to be 4th down and 5.
They're not getting that blocking out on the outside edge to break that open.
Well, they're certainly not going to kick a field goal here. They'll go for it on 4th and 5 for the Beat Digger 15. Langford the lone setback again. Leo Luna is a receiver out to the left. Out with Jacob Ortega looking for play instructions. Ortega looks like he's a little bit confused, but now they're resetting the plays. Out to the right is Fernando Marquez, 4th and 5. Fort Morgan at the Brush 15. Edson, quick drop, looks, pressure coming, and he's going to get out of it, but it looks like he's going to have to run out of it to his right, and then he's stripped, and Edson picks it up, and then he's down, and he's sacked back at the 33. Way too much pressure. And it was Cesar Hinojo.
Is sacked back at the 33.
It's going to be a loss of 18, and Fort Morgan
Cesar Hinojo
turns it over on
stop.
downs. But
Diggers will take over first down and 10.
if you're Edson, get rid of it regardless.
Right.
Yeah, you don't want to lose all that yardage.
First and 10. The Bay Diggers have the ball at their own 33-yard line. This was a 42-7 game 1 year ago, but 0-0 so far. Hand off to Wellen. He's got a nice hole back through the middle. A first down. And he carries a defender to the 45. It's a gain of about 11.
Nick Wellen on the carry.
For Nick
For us,
Wellen,
it's
the
the
tackle was made by
45.
Jacob Ortega.
Jacob Ortega on the tackle. Jacob Ortega on the
Defensive
tackle.
line's
First
allowing
down.
them to get downfield on them and move them off the line.
Well, Nick Wellen had over 100 yards against Fort Morgan a year ago. First and 10. Here's a gust of wind at their own 45-yard line for Brush. And there's the pitch right. Jace Krieger's got some speed to the outside. He's got the 50. And then Nick Norris has him from behind at the 48. But it's a gain of 7 for the sophomore, Jace
Krieger on
Krieger.
the carry.
And Brush
Inside
is
the
looking
50
good right
to
now
about the
on this
48.
drive, on their second drive of the game.
Lopez on the stop. Second down and 3.
Yeah, they're getting some. They're getting the outside edge right now. Nick Norris has got to stop that from happening out there.
Checking out of the game is Ivan Cardenas, and into the game is Hunter Dunn. 2nd and 3, and now for the first time in the game, Rush is in Fort Morgan territory with 3.5 to go in the opening quarter. From the 48, under center, Matos Garcia, handoff, Wellen swings it back to the middle after starting left, and he slides to the 46.
Wellen on the carry, pulled down at
Cale
about the
Langford had
36.
some penetration there. It's a gain of 2. 3rd and 1 to
Paxton
go
on the stop, 30 yard.
for the Brush Bee Diggers. And you know, Kevin, they want to shorten this game. Brush is a master at shortening games. If it's a long game, that usually doesn't favor them.
We got a name on number 82 on either of you guys' for Fort Morgan.
Yep, I don't have that either.
Yeah,
Unless that's the Paxton they mentioned, but I don't have that on the roster. 3rd and 1, handoff up the middle, first down. That's a quick dive play to about the 44. And that is Chase Krieger. That's either Krieger or Wellen. Kyle Wellen wears 24. That's Krieger.
Krieger on the carry.
Fort Morgan
Inside
just
the
has to
45
figure out how
to
to read their
43.
cues.
John
'Cause
is on the
Brush
stop.
always has a
First
lot of
down.
misdirection and everybody going in all sorts of directions. And if you start reading flow, they're going to cut back on you and burn you.
First and 10 for the Bee Diggers at the Mustangs 43. I'm John Beltran with Brian Nickel and Kevin Rohde. Mobile banking on the go makes banking easier for you when you're on the go. Equitable savings and loan. Everybody's bunched in tight. 2 in the backfield. Alejandro Matos Garcia on the misdirection to Cardenas. Breaks out of a tackle along the right sideline to the 45. And he's knocked out of bounds close to a first down at the
Cardenas on the
35-yard
reverse.
line. It's a gain of 8 for Ivan
Right out of
Cardenas.
bounds by Noah Lopez.
There's that
Spotted
containment
at the
issue you were talking about.
35.
Left
Second
defensive
and a
end
yard.
did not keep them inside.
Well, but doesn't this illustrate playing one game versus 0 games, Brian?
Yeah, it does. Fort Morgan just getting their feet wet, and Brush had a game last week where they could work all these out and see what works and what might not work.
2nd down and 2 at the 35-yard line. Again, the backs are split. Same formation, right hash mark. Play action. Matos Garcia goes it deep up the left side, incomplete. Well defended. Boy, right on top of him there. The intended receiver
Matos Garcia's pass
for
intended
Brush
Seawald falls
was
incomplete.
Luke Seawald, but well defended
Luna
by
on the
Leo
cover.
Luna.
30 yard.
That's a great play to run on 2nd down and 2. It's even if it doesn't work, it's a good idea because you got 3rd and short.
Yeah. And maybe you catch him sleeping.
Matos Garcia is 0 for 2. Not that we play callers here, but it's going to be a run here.
Yeah.
Well, the nice thing about calling plays up here is we're never wrong because we're
I've
calling
been
them
wrong.
after the play.
That's a good point. But I'm going to say they're going to run it right now.
Okay.
And we have a whistle, a timeout for Fort Morgan with 2:02 to go. Here in the
Timeout Mustangs.
opening quarter, no score. You can follow us on Twitter at KSIR B106 and the B106 Facebook page. Also, KSIR Sports, part of the family of the Eastern Plains Sports Network, as we've got 2 minutes and 2 seconds to go here in the opening quarter. And I would say that next week we're going to be home, but next week is 6 days away.
Yeah, next Thursday. Yep, that's from what I understand, why they're having those on Thursday nights. They don't have enough officials.
Right. So
Friday night games.
Yeah, Fort Morgan's got a bevy of Thursday games or Saturday games. Saturday, Thompson Valley, a Saturday at Conifer, Thursday against Lutheran, a Thursday at Northridge, but that's a shared stadium thing in Northridge normally.
And their game at Conifer is actually in Lakewood.
Right, that's a Trailblazer Stadium,
Right.
which is, I think it's a better drive for us.
Much better.
Yeah, I've been to Conifer. Well, you and I have been to Conifer.
A lot better places to eat.
Third down, and there you go. That's all we care about. I know what I'm doing tonight. 3rd and 2 from the 35. Mazos Garcia surveys the defense. He'll hand it off to Wellen, and he's down. His knee was down at the line of scrimmage. Nick Norris
Wellen
with
on
tremendous
the carry.
penetration.
Pulled down by Norris.
Yeah, nice job there on that penetration by Nick Norris. Get in there and pull him down for that. What did he get, a yard maybe?
Spotted just
Zero.
outside the 35. It's going to be
4th
4th
and
and
2.
a yard.
I heard something about the referees. You were talking about the referee shortage. I heard a rumor that there's a lot of football referees that are now switching over and doing volleyball because there's a shortage of volleyball, and they get paid $120 for doing the 2 games.
Wow.
Instead of $60 for running around.
4th and 2, handoff to Wellen. He pulls his way for a first down across the left side, a gain of 3 for the Beat Diggers senior, Nick Wellen.
Wellen stopped by the middle of the Mustang line.
And quite frankly, that was the strong part of
Spotted at the
Brush's
32,
offensive
that's the
line
first
last
down.
week, running left as opposed to running right. So the football's marked at the 32-yard line. We've got about 1 minute to go in the opening quarter. Do they play after every play?
I hope not.
Every single play, I think I've heard the band. I mean, they're good, but wow. They're pretty active. 1st and 10 for the Mustang 32. Matos Garcia, play action, pressure backside. He throws on the run. It's incomplete off the hands of Krieger. He was getting
Matos
hit
Garcia's pass
at about the
intended for Krieger falls
44-yard line by
incomplete.
Christopher Schneider. That was great penetration.
Good pressure by Christopher
Second
Schneider.
down and 10 to go for Brush. And Matos
Second down and
Garcia is 0 for 3 here in the opening quarter.
It was good at him, though. He did find that outlet out there for him, so he wasn't going to take that sack.
Right.
Second down and 10 to go from the 32. The Mustangs are just waiting for Brush. They're taking lots of time in that huddle. That play clock's going to run down pretty quickly.
Yeah.
It's at 4. It's at 3. They're going to have to take a timeout. They're not going to get this playoff. They're not going to get the playoff. That's going to be delay a game right there. There you go. Yeah, did Lanschwin call a timeout right before? We don't have a call button, but we do have.
No, it was a penalty.
Just give me the signal.
He didn't call a timeout.
What did you
Delay
say?
on Brush, move it back to 5.
All right, it is.
38-yard line. Second down and 15.
Yeah, I thought they'd call a timeout there, Kevin. You would have thought that they'd have seen that. But anyway, especially as long as they spent in the huddle. Anyway, we'll have culinary discussions after the game.
You bet.
But I think you guys know me well enough what I'm going to have later. Second down and 15 to go for the 37-yard line of Fort Morgan. Alejandro Matos Garcia with a split backfield is going to roll out to his right. Now he'll stop. He'll throw deep up the right side and complete.
Yeah.
Cardenas was out there, but well overthrown
Matos
and well
Garcia's
covered
pass intended for Cardenas
at about
falls
the
incomplete.
30-yard line.
Lopez and Ortega on the cover. 3rd and 15.
Well, he did set for that throw, but there was nothing there, Brian.
Yeah, it was way over him. There wasn't anything open there. So Fort Morgan needs to try to shut this, at least right now, shut this run down and make them a one-dimension team. But
Right.
they seem to be able to pick up 5 or 6 yards a snap.
3rd down and 15 from the 37-yard line. There's the give to Krieger. He's got a big hole up the middle. Krieger across the 30 to the 25, inside the 25 to the 22. And that's going to be very close to a first down.
Krieger on the draw.
And that fooled Fort Morgan completely. I think he's a
Send
yard
the ball
short.
on
It's
the
a gain of
stop for the
14,
Mustangs.
but they'll obviously be going for it. Well, they stopped the clock for a
You're going to
measurement.
have timeout for a measurement. Spot it right around the 23.
That's always been kind of a weak spot through the years for Fort Morgan's defense, is the draws and the screens, because we get aggressive and want to rush the quarterback.
They will measure here. We're set up on the top row of the stands, and you would think in the first quarter everybody would be seated. And I'm not talking about the students, but going back and forth. But there's almost as much activity up here as there is down there. Short by about
Looks like fourth and about
half
a foot.
a yard, or even less than that. So from the 23-yard line, Brush is going to go for it with 35.2 seconds to go. Well, they've weathered two storms, and now they got a shot to break the goose eggs.
Right.
All right, just inside the Fort Morgan 23, maybe a quarterback sneak, as you know Nick Norris is looking to penetrate quickly. On fourth down, quarterback sneak. First down, still in his feet is Maltos Garcia, and he went through a
Maltos
small
Garcia,
hole of
he
first
breaks
down.
through.
It's a gain of 9 on a
Inside the 15
quarterback's
to about the
keeper.
14. Jacob Ortega on the tackle,
Brush
first
opened there
down.
wide open there in the middle. There wasn't anybody there to bring him down.
Yep, not at all.
Well, hopefully the alarm clock will go off and Fort Morgan will wake up and start playing football. This Brush is definitely here, ready to go.
Let's see if Brush gets a playoff before the end of the opening quarter. We're at 2, we're at 1, first and 10 for the 14, and the first quarter will expire. No score between the Mustangs and Beat Diggers on
That's the end
B106
of the first quarter. The
and
score
the
is
Eastern
Fort Morgan
Plains
0,
Sports
Brush
Network.
0.
John Beltran back with Brian Nichol and Kevin Rohde. Let's head to the second quarter. The Beat Diggers and Fort Morgan Mustangs are scoreless, but the Beat Diggers are knocking on the door. They just picked up a first down and a fourth and short. In fact, it was a 3rd and 15. And they've got the football at about the 14-yard line. Under centers, Matos Garcia. Garcia hands it off on the counter to Krieger. He's got nowhere to go. He's going to be smothered in the backfield. Count them, 2, 3, 4 Mustangs there.
Carry stacked up behind the line.
And that'll be a loss of about 2.
Gabe Vickers was
Second
first
down
there
and
for the
12.
Mustangs.
Junior Gabe
Loss of
Vickers
2, second
led
down
the
and
way
12.
for Fort Morgan.
Yeah, nice penetration on that right side of that defensive line that time.
And again, they ran to their strength because Brush has been strong on the left side over the first 5 quarters this season. But that time the Mustangs neutralized them again, taking some time in the huddle. But not as much as they took earlier when they were called for delay of game. And now, illegal
Flag,
substitution.
illegal substitution against Brush.
And now Coach Schwent is out there. And are they going to pick up the flag? Yep, they're going to pick up the flag. I mean,
Waving it off.
pick up the flag and pick up the flag. Physically and in football terms, so no penalty. Second down and 12 for Brush at the Fort Morgan 16-yard line. 2 in the backfield. Wellen and Krieger back to throw. Up the left side towards the end zone. Touchdown. Touchdown for Brush from 16 yards away. And let's see if
The
that's
pass is
Seawald.
complete to Seawald.
Luke Seawald with a catch, his second touchdown of the season. And the Beat Diggers lead 6-0, 53 seconds into the second quarter. A gorgeous throw and the first completion.
Yeah, that was a pretty pass. Yeah, first completion for Hondo. That was a beautiful pass.
Right.
And Seawald went up for it, came down with both hands.
Now,
I don't think the Fort Morgan defender even knew it was coming.
the extra point was an issue last week for Brush. Off the hold of Schwent, Braxton Shelton. There's the snap. The kick is up, and that kick is right between the uprights. 11:07 to go, second quarter.
11:07 left to go in the half.
Brush 7,
Brush 7,
Fort Morgan nothing
0.
on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Nice drive there, Brian, for the Beat Diggers, who have a 7-0 lead on the 16-yard pass from Maltos Garcia to Seawald.
Yeah, 14 play drive, and they had that.
And there's the kick, and it's headed to the right sideline. Fielded at the 10 by Ortega. Stutter stepping, running to his left across the 25 to the 30. He got loose for a second, and he's tackled at the 35
Return crosses the 35.
for a return of 25 yards.
Argoff on the tackle.
Well-
Mustangs will have it there. First down and 10.
Now you find out how composed Fort Morgan is going to be right here. They've driven twice into Brush territory. But again, it's those clutch plays on 3rd and 4th down. And the big play of the previous drive, the 14 plays you mentioned, Brian, was undoubtedly that 3rd and 15 that caught Fort Morgan off guard in the draw play to Krieger.
Yep. Yeah, they had 2 4th downs in that drive, plus they had that 5-yard penalty for delay of game.
1st and 10 for Fort Morgan at the 35. Edson has not been behind center tonight. There's the handoff, and stutter stepping and dancing his way across the 40 to the 41 is Levi McCoy.
McCoy
The
on
gain
the
of
carry.
6. He was tackled by Ty Griffith, the freshman.
Welland stops.
2nd down and 4 to go for Fort Morgan, but a solid run there for
41.
McCoy.
Gain of 6, 2nd down and 4.
McCoy's got 20 yards on 4 carries. Edson, handoff again, but nothing doing there for McCoy. Luke Seawald in that backfield, threw him down at the line of
McCoy on the
scrimmage.
carry, stopped at the line of scrimmage by Seawald.
3rd down and 4 to go
3rd down and 4.
for Fort Morgan at their own, just past the 41. Leo Luna checks into the game. Ortega's checking out. Malachi Yanez, a junior, in for the Mustangs. On 3rd down and a short 4 to go from their own 41. Under 10 minutes to go, 2nd quarter. Brush leads 7-0. 1 setback. Luna's in motion to the right, and we do have a procedure penalty. Somebody took off early. I think it was Yanez here on the left
Flag
side.
motion penalty against the Mustangs.
Now it's going to be a 3rd and 9. Yeah, there's certainly, when the teams are evenly matched, there's an advantage, again, to playing in week 0.
Spotted at the 36, 3rd down and 9.
3rd down and 9 for the Mustangs. Levi McCoy, once again, the lone setback. Edson with receivers to the left and right. Rolls out to his left. Pressure coming. Runs out of it. Throws on the run. Incomplete. The pass kind of fluttered out of his hand. A diving attempt by Yanez at the 48 Brush, but it
Pass intended for
goes through his
Yanez,
hands
also
incomplete. And the Mustangs will have to punt.
Escalante on this cover. 4th down and 9.
Yeah, he was being pressured. He had to run up inside the pocket, then out to the left, and he just didn't have time to set his feet.
Wilman to kick for the Mustangs. Cardenas and Krieger back for
Adam
the Cougars.
Cardona to punt. He's standing at his own 20-yard line. A lot of communication from the sideline to the field. It feels like game 1. Snap is perfect. Here comes the rush, and I don't know if it was tipped, but it's off the side of his foot. But it takes a Mustang roll to the 39-yard line, so not too bad.
Punt is partially blocked.
26-yard punt, yeah.
At 39-yard
Did you see a hand?
Diggers will take it 1st and 10.
You know, you wonder.
Well, the referee back there didn't say that it was tipped. I was looking to see if he was showing
Yeah.
tip, and he didn't. It was just off of the. He
Right.
was just rushed on the punt.
It'll be the 40-yard line officially for Brush. 1st and 10, leading 7-0 on a 16-yard touchdown pass from Matos Garcia to Luke Seawald. Last week on a 4th and 11, they connected for 21 yards. Maltos Garcia with 9:29 to go in the second. Hands it off to Krieger, running off the left side. And a hole across the 40 to the 45. Gain of
Krieger on
5.
the carry, over the
Leo
left side.
Luna made the hit. And Krieger now with 5 carries for 27 yards.
Chavez and
Brush
Luna
just
on
seems
the
to be
tackle.
playing with a lot
Gain of
more
5,
energy
2nd
than
down
Fort
and
Morgan.
5.
Fort Morgan's really
Spotted at
flat.
45.
They're bouncing back to the dugout or the wrong sport.
Sideline, yeah, they're more confident too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They look like they're snapping off the ball a lot better on
They
offense.
weren't this confident last week, I can tell you that. 2nd down and 5 from the 45. Hondo will hand it off to Wellen. 1st down across the 50 to the 48.
Welland on the carry
Again,
inside Mustang
running
territory.
left has been Brush's strength. Early on the season, it's a gain of about 7.
Spotted at 49.
What are you doing?
1st down.
Good. Well,
they say that success breeds success, and here Brush is having success, and they keep doing it, and Fort Morgan, on the other hand, is struggling a little bit and just seems to make things worse and worse.
First down and 10 for the Bee Diggers in Mustang territory again at the 48. Right up the gut. There's the give to Nick Wellen. And he pulls his way to about the 45 for a gain of 3. Second down and 7 to go. Chavez and others in on the hit for the
Vickers and
Mustangs.
Chavez on the stop. Spotted at the 46. Gain of 3, second down and 7.
Brian, they've contained him pretty well. 23 yards on 7 carries. That's not a lot for Wellen.
No, it's not. It's just they're getting it at the right time. But Krieger's been getting all kinds of yardage.
Second down and 7 to go for the Beat Digger for the Mustang 45. There's the bootleg left, but Hondo's going to spin out of it, and he's going to be thrown down. Christopher Schneider
Maltos Garcia on the
with an excellent play. Read that beautifully. It's a gain
inside
of
the 45 to about the 44.
about a yard, maybe 2.
Chris Schneider on the stop. Bring up third and 5.
Give him a couple of yards there for Alejandro Matos Garcia. He's got 3 carries for 16 yards. It'll be third down and 5 to go for the 43 of Fort Morgan. 7:19 to go, second quarter, and the Beat Diggers lead 7-0 on the 16-yard pass from Matos Garcia to Seawald. Could be 4-down territory. Matos Garcia, quick drop, heaves it up the left sideline. That's going to be incomplete. Great defense there by Leo Luna. Luke Seawald had no shot. He was well defended and along the sideline, 4th down.
Good on this cover for the Mustangs. Bring up 4th down and 5.
Excellent coverage out there by Leo Luna. There's no way he was going to get that pass in there. Is that better if I do like that a little bit?
Yeah.
But, excellent defense there that time by Luna.
And the Mustangs picked up about half a yard of field position. They put it back closer to the 44. So this is more like a 4th and 6. That was not before the last snap. Seawald, the receiver to the right, 4th and 6. Could be a running play or bootleg. Watch out here. Matos Garcia going to roll to his right. Flag is down. Sets. Throws over the middle. And it's complete. A first down to Cardenas, but a flag is down. Tackled by Jacob Ortega, but I think that's coming back.
Matos Garcia's pass.
There's a flag down. That's going to be coming back.
Yeah, they're not going to throw a flag at the start of play on the defense without calling
Yeah,
it
that
dead.
would have been a gain of 9. They needed 6, but yeah, you're right.
Unless there was 12 guys in there or something like that.
No, yeah. Yeah, that one's coming back. Now they got to think about whether they want to punt or not. Why are they walking that off for the 35? That flag. No, you got to walk that. Does he know what he's doing? That flag was thrown.
The spot is at the 35.
Yeah, you don't walk it off at the end of the play.
No, you got to walk it off from your
He's
line
just
of
holding the
scrimmage.
spot up.
Right. Okay, I get it. That makes sense, but it's clearly against Brush. Oh, they're
waving
waving that one off.
Oh,
No wonder.
Waving
All
it
right,
off.
my apologies. It's a gain of 9. That's a
So the
second
spot is
flag
the
they waved
35.
off.
That's a first down.
Well, that's
okay.
odd that they're waving off 2 flags like that. Well, it's game 1 for some of these officials, I'm guessing, as well. You rarely see a flag waved off or picked up in one game, let alone twice in one half.
Right.
First and 10, the Beat Diggers converted on a 4th down and 6 at the Mustang 35. There's the pitch left to Krieger, swinging it to the outside. There's a block there by Hinojosa, and then he's down. There's a late flag at the 45, a gain of 3.
Krieger on the pitcher on the left hand. Pulled
And,
down by Leo Luna.
Hold out there on that left side.
yeah, Luna
There
had
is a
great
flag.
penetration.
Talking about picked up flags last night, the Longmont Pueblo East game, there was a big pass interference play that got waved off.
Wow.
And, of course, the flag comes down and one side's happy, the other side's not, then they wave it off and it's reversed.
That's a bigger penalty there.
Personal
That's
foul
yeah.
on Brush.
That's a personal foul face mask, so that's going to go 15 backwards. Now you're going to look at a first down and 25. They're almost in their own territory. But here's where you watch out for a possible draw or a screen.
Gonna spot it at the 50.
Yeah, the draw worked real good for him last time. We'll see if they come back maybe with a
It's gonna be
screenplay this
first and
time.
25.
First down and 25 from midfield. The Mustangs trail 7-0. 6:35 to go before the break. One receiver to the left along the left hash mark. Matos Garcia with a 7-step drop. He's a deep up the left side, wide open. It is dropped at the 10-yard line. That's a perfect pass. That might have been Cardenas again, who had the defender beat.
Cardenas falls incomplete.
You got to make that catch right on his fingertips, and he dropped it. It would have been a touchdown. And the Mustangs get another break in the game.
Second down and 25.
Yeah, you put it right out there. But Hondo's had a couple of great passes out there, and those should be brought in.
Yeah, and that would have put so much more pressure on the Mustangs, having to be down two
Well,
touchdowns too.
The one positive for Ivan, he's running some nice patterns, but you know it doesn't help if you can't bring him in. That could have been an extra about 60 or 70 yards. Mustangs coming on a blitz handoff, Wellen left side. He's got little room, and he's taken out. Boy, that's a late flag. That might be a face mask against Fort Morgan.
Wellen on the carry, pulled
He
down.
kind of spun around
At the
there.
49, you got a couple of flags.
Brian Paxton made the hit, but that might be a personal foul face mask.
Yeah, and if it is, and that gives them, is that an automatic first down in high school? No.
I don't think so. No, I think it's going to get him to second down and 10,
Yep.
or second and 9 for the end of the run.
Personal foul face mask on the Mustangs.
Here's the deal. You cannot allow another score before halftime because Brush receives a second half kickoff.
Right.
And then, you're looking at a precarious situation.
Yeah, Fort Morgan hasn't shown a whole lot on offense yet, so they've got to do some
They'll make it
defensive
second and
magic
9.
here, keep them out of the end zone.
Second down and close to 10 to go from the Mustang 35. Under 6:20 to go, second quarter. Brush leads 7-0. John Beltran with Brian Nickel and Kevin Rohde. Maltos Garcia has the snap. And there's the end around to Cardenas running left. He's got a seam to the 30. That's about it. A gain of 5. But again,
Cardenas on the reverse.
they utilize that
Pulled
left
down
side
Ortega.
on that end around as Jacob
At the
Ortega
14.
made the tackle.
And he had a nice form tackle there and blew him up.
3rd and 5.
Fort Morgan dominated statistically early on, but now it's all Brush.
Yep.
And it started with that 14-play drive that Brian referenced. When it comes to experience, Buildings by Design is the best in the business. Quality, commitment, and experience makes Buildings by Design the only choice when it comes to your next project. Third down and 5 from the 30. Back to throw. Matos Garcia to his right, complete underneath. That's a first down to the 25, and it's caught by the tight end, Edgar Escalante. And they'll move the sticks.
To Escalante. Lopez on the stop. Spotted at the 25 for a first down.
Yeah, they're laying off of their wide receivers a little too much.
Well, lining up on the right hash mark. Again, if they score before halftime and then receive the second half kickoff, Fort Morgan might have to get away a little bit from their offensive game plan.
Especially if they eat up much more of this 5 minutes left of the half, and Fort Morgan won't have a chance to get back in it.
First down and 10 from the 25-yard line. Rush with the football. And looks like Fort Morgan jumped. There's the snap count there that caught them off guard.
That'll move at 5. First down and 5 at the 20.
Fundamentals, gentlemen, fundamentals.
Yep.
Well, but again, it's game 1 for the Mustangs as well.
Yeah,
Rush.
yes, you work on that before the season starts, though.
Oh, and yeah, but
Yeah.
practicing in the games, it's a
I
different,
know.
story altogether. You're a man of many football seasons, Kevin. You've seen these things. First and 5 from the 20. Hondo under center will hand it off and try to spin out of a tackle as Wellen, but he's held up by Brian Paxton at the line of scrimmage.
Wellen on the carry stacked up by the middle of the
Second
Mustang line.
down and 10 to go. And again, Wellen has been contained tonight. Second and 5, excuse
No
me,
gain,
from the 20.
second down and 5.
9 carries for 24 yards.
This is a huge 3 plays coming up for Fort Morgan if they can stop them here, or 2 plays, 3 plays, I guess.
Brush taking a little more time. Of course, I guess they've been taking time, so.
Yeah. Well, again, they want to shorten the game. Second down and 5 for the 20 of Fort Morgan. Handoff. Wellen counter left side. He dives for a first down inside
Wellen
the
over the
15
left side.
to about the 14. That's
Inside
where they've got the
15 to about the
experience.
14.
The veteran running back. And again, that left side of the offensive line, namely the left guard, left tackle. That's where they've been
Paxton on the
effective.
stop.
And it's a gain of 6 for
First
Wellen.
down.
Fort Morgan's touted defensive end, Nick Norris, is on the other side, so they're running away from our strength.
Well, this is a very good timeout taken by the Mustangs. Considering
Timeout Mustangs.
that they're down 7-0 and they're being pushed back here.
Right.
Fill up your cooler, gas up your car, Stubbs Gas and Oil, easy and convenient. Make them the only stop you need on your way to the big game. Stubbs Gas and Oil. Well, we hope that the improvement doesn't happen on Thursday. We hope the improvement happens in the second half.
Right.
Because the next game's only 6 days away. There's not much time to prepare for a Lutheran team that's going to be challenging the Fort Morgan secondary.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, so they'll have to get things straightened out. I think Josh Langford will have a talk with him at halftime and get things. He's usually pretty good about getting things corrected at halftime. We'll just see if that happens.
And we'll have our rightful place in the booth as well on Thursday as well.
Oh, yeah?
Well, in this booth, yeah.
Really?
Up to the 10-10 guys tonight.
Oh, yeah. The guests.
First down and 10 from the 14 of Fort Morgan. And there's Jace Krieger across the left side for a gain of about 3 or 4. And these are quick hitters.
Krieger over the
They're
left
not
side.
wasting any time. Let's see, it's about
Shane
4.
Martinez
Second
on the
down and
tackle.
6 to go.
Gain of 4, second down and 6.
All you got to get is 4 yards every play and keep going.
Yep.
6 carries for 31 yards.
They've had it over 6 minutes on this drive.
What they have in the last drive, they had it about close to over 5 minutes.
Yep.
About 5.5. Second down and 6 for the 10 of Fort Morgan. Krieger, left side. He cannot get around Cale Langford, and there come the others to clean it up.
Krieger
It's
on
going
the
to be a
left
loss
side, pulled down behind the line of scrimmage.
of about 2. Let's see where the ball is
Langford was
spotted.
the first one there for the Mustangs.
Loss of about 1 to the 11. Third
Loss
down
of 2, third and 7.
and 6 to go. Make it 7. They've got to get to the 4. 2.5 to go in the opening half. Rush with a 7-0 lead on a 16-yard touchdown pass from Hondo to Luke Seawald. Ivan Cardenas is the receiver to the left on 3rd and 7 for the 11. Matos Garcia rolls to his right, throws, the pass is incomplete. And falling in the end zone was the tight end right at the goal line. Caden Moriarty was.
Waltos Garcia's pass falls in.
He was open briefly, but we felt, I don't know if there was interference, but it was really close.
Yep.
Yeah, it looked close.
Maybe
Maybe they were
Moriarty
saying they're just,
cover his
I don't think it's interference if their feet tangle. Or
Fourth down and
right?
7.
So maybe that's what they were looking at. The ref was looking right at it. So we'll see if the Mustangs can hold them here on 4th down.
4th and 7 from the 11. Receivers split to the left and right. Matos Garcia, 5-star drop. Here's a fade into the end zone, and it's incomplete. Luke Seawald never looked for the ball. In the back of the end zone, Seawald, it looked like he didn't know what the play was, and I don't know if he would have had a chance because it was in the very back of the end zone.
The Mustangs will take over
But
on downs.
Fort Morgan stops Brush on downs, and with 2:09 to go before halftime.
They're not really in a position to do much to try and go down and score. There's no real 2-minute drill at this level.
Well, you got to break off a huge play.
Without risking a turnover and giving them the ball right back at this juncture.
1st and 10 at the 11. Caden Edson with 1 in the backfield. Will hand it off, and there's a hole up the middle for McCoy. And he scrambles his way to the 15 for a gain of 4. 2nd down and 6 to
McCoy on the
go.
carry.
Nick Wellen was in on the hit along with 2 other beat diggers.
Stopped by Wellen. Gain of 4, 2nd down and 6.
That was probably
Spotted right at the 15.
as far as a quick hitter getting in there, it looked like they picked the tempo up just a little bit on that handoff.
That was better. Yeah, they
it
ran
was-
that play with a lot more efficiency and urgency and not just, stutter stepping or dancing their way. And
Right.
they got off their blocks pretty well from the 15-yard line. 1:28 to go, second quarter. Edson from the gun, looks to throw. To his right, lobs it up the right side. It's going to be incomplete. There was a beat digger out there, but there was a chance to make that catch at about the 42-yard line. Is that either Luna or Marquez that nearly got loose over there? Third down and 6.
Cover by Cardenas. Third down and 6.
Neither of these quarterbacks have a good percentage. Hondo suffered from some bad luck. 2 out of 10 for 25 yards. Edson 1 out of 5 for 30. Third down and 6 to go for the 15. Edson 4 yards behind center. Quick drop, looks to his right, throws to his right, incomplete. Nowhere close to Marquez. At the 20-yard line, he airmailed him, and Fort Morgan will have to punt.
Files incomplete. Cardenas on the cover. Going to bring up 4th down and 7.
Yeah, so far that passing game hasn't
Shown a whole lot yet.
see if Cardona can get a better kickoff this time. Because if he punts it like he did last time, Brush might have a chance to get it in the end zone with just a little over about a minute 15 left in the first half.
Adam Cardona did,
especially the way they're passing deep.
Cardenas is back for the Diggers.
Standing at his goal line. Perfect snap. There's a heavy rush, but he gets it off a fluttering punt. That's going to drop at the 37 of Brush and go out of bounds. So not a lot of distance on a punt, about 22 yards.
Kick goes out of bounds. Let's see where we
And Brush is going to have a legitimate shot here, Kevin, with 72 seconds to go before halftime.
Yeah, they can at least throw it downfield 3 times if they want.
So, let's see, it'll be placed now at, I don't know, maybe the 35. Yep. Well, if you get close enough, they could even attempt a field goal. At the 35 of Fort Morgan. First down and 10 yards to go for Brush with a split backfield. Hondo back to throw, setting up a screen. It's tipped up incomplete. Oh, that was a nice read there by Brian Paxton.
Screen pass
tremendous read.
Krieger falls incomplete. Paxton on the cover.
For a minute, I thought he could have tipped it to
Second
himself.
down and 10.
Yeah, it looked like it. I thought he was going to tip it up, but
then you could have gone with a rumbling, bumbling, stumbling down the field.
That would have been it, yeah. But a very nice athletic play there.
yeah, it was.
A minute 7 to go, second quarter. Second down and 10 to go at the 35. Hondo again, 7-step drop. Out to his right, the pass is incomplete at the 25. The intended receiver for Brush was Hunter Dunn, a senior.
Garcia's pass intended for Dunn. He falls incomplete. Noah Lopez on the cover. Third down and 10.
I'm surprised they're not trying to lengthen the field here, go downfield a little bit with their passing game.
I don't believe they're going to pass on this play. I think they might run that same draw they ran on 3rd and 15 earlier, just to try to pick up some yardage and either get a first down or set up a manageable 4th down.
Right.
Split backfield, 3rd down and 10 for the 35. Hondo, nope, he's looking to throw, and now he's going to get sacked. Then he tried to lateral it back towards Krieger, and Krieger's going to fall on at the 43. Now, I don't know. I thought he tried to lateral it back.
Maltos Garcia loses the ball.
But that's a huge loss.
Covered by Krieger.
It's a loss of 22.
Spotted at the 43. That's going to be 4th down and downtown.
That's what it's going to take is Fort Morgan making some individual plays
on
defense and making a difference.
But I'm surprised. I really thought they would run the ball.
Right.
You pick up, especially left side. And now, because they passed 3 times in a row,
Mustangs.
They did Fort Morgan a favor, really.
Yeah.
So,
Fort Morgan calls their last time out.
yep. With 52 seconds to go before the break. And again, halftime adjustments. Yeah, I mean, a couple of plays certainly made a difference. The interception thrown by Edson. We never saw Jace Krieger. And then, as we referenced, that 3rd and 15, which nearly went for a first down, in which Krieger picked up 14. 4th down and 32 to go from their own 43.
So do you sell out and try and go for the block?
Absolutely. I think so. But, yeah, I think so.
Shelton will kick it. Waiting in Ortega.
But they're not going to do that. They've only got, 4 up at the line of scrimmage. Now 5, now 6, now 7. So maybe they are going to sell out a little bit. There's the snap. Here comes the rush, but he gets it off easily. Low line drive punt. Bounces at the 34. The Mustangs are going to have to let it roll at the 33. That's a nice job there by
Ball's going to roll down
Shelton.
to 32. The Mustangs will have it there. First down and 10.
The punt went for only 24 yards, but no return. And again, with 43.3 seconds to go, and as Brian referenced, no timeouts. I think just run it and get it to halftime.
Yep.
So far, we haven't seen Fort Morgan exhibiting the speed that we've seen in the last couple of years. At least we had a couple individuals that could burn down the field. And
First and 10 from the 33. Rolling left is Edson. Throwing on the run. That's incomplete. He had the receiver wide open at the 40, but Malachi Yanez could not haul it in. It was just too tall.
all right. Yeah, he's not.
Elvis
Caden's not
Garcia
having a good night tonight.
Second down
Passing.
and 10.
Well, first of all, with that one, shortened the delivery.
Right.
He kind of cocked back on that one, and when the receiver's 7-8 yards in front of you, you can aim it.
Right.
He's that close, almost like a dart.
But you got to think of it. I know he's played quarterback most of his life, but on the big stage, the bright Friday night lights.
Well,
behind, he wants to make that play, a little bit of adrenaline.
Yeah, he'll be better in the second half, and it's not all on him, obviously.
Oh, no.
Second down and 10 for the 33. Edson this time will hand it off to McCoy. He's going nowhere. He's going to be smothered and hit in the backfield by
McCoy on the carry.
a couple of beat diggers.
Ontiveros on the tackle. Third down and 13.
Dominic Ontiveros, a freshman, made the play. It's a loss of 3. Third down and 13. I wouldn't even run a play. Why run a play? You've got 3 seconds to go. 2, 1, and they're going to run the play. Edson's going to roll out to his left. Time has expired. He throws underneath, caught by Ortega. Breaks out of a tackle along the sideline, and then is hit out of bounds at the 38-yard line. He'll pick up 8 yards.
Pass complete to Ortega.
Only the
That's
second
gonna be into the
completion.
first half. Score Brush 7.
And that's
Fort
gonna
Morgan
do it.
0.
We have played 24 minutes of football. Brush 7, Fort Morgan nothing. At the break on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. John Beltran back with Brian Nickel and Kevin Rohde. Let's head to the third quarter where the Mustangs trail the Beat Diggers 7-0, and Fort Morgan will kick off. And gentlemen, the story here at halftime, besides the 99 team being honored for their state championship, is the amount of rain that has fallen. I don't know if it's affected the
Cardona
field,
teed
but
up for the Mustangs.
you would think at some point the track has got to be affected.
Yeah, it'll be affected somewhat. Plus,
Cardenas
there's also a
deep.
wind from right to left, east to west, or southeast to northwest,
Seawall.
whichever way that is. So
Yeah,
that's going to be a factor also.
Adam Cardona to kick it off. Too deep to receive for Brush. Let's see if the Mustangs can make a difference on special teams. Line drive that bounces, and the ball flutters out there, and it's going to be picked up at the 19-yard line along the far side and getting loose. Across the 30 to the 34, the ball was fumbled. But I think
Seawald on the return.
I think Seawald was down. Are they going to say Fort Morgan
Ball
ball?
comes loose. The Mustangs have it.
Well, we'll see.
Yep. Fort Morgan recovered it.
Spotted at the 34.
Yep.
That's that
They
big
did.
play.
It was fumbled at the very end of the play. Very end of the play, and hopefully weather will not continue to affect even this broadcast, because that is certainly possible. Now the wind has picked up quite a bit as well.
And so Fort Morgan can go with this momentum and get down and score and put the pressure back on Brush.
First and 10 for the 34 Brush. The Beat Diggers with a 7-0 lead. And they were supposed to have the ball first here, but a miscue on special teams gives the ball to the Mustangs. Man in motion to the right. Handoff to Ortega on the end around. He's got nothing, but he's able to slide by and get a couple of yards well and makes the tackle. But
Ortega
Fort
on
Morgan
the sweep.
is going to be flagged for holding.
Either that or
Down
block
at
in the back.
32 by Welland.
Yep, that's
There's a
exactly
flag.
what it is. Ernie Sandoval, I think, was trying to make a block and got the wrong part of the uniform. And Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Again, penalties.
Rock in the back on the Mustangs.
Well, speaking of the weather, at least we can be thankful that we're not getting what Denver got earlier today. Did you hear about that flooding and
Spotted
4
at
inches
the
of hail up the
47.
canyon caused a rock slide?
Wow. First and
First and
23 on the 13-yard penalty against Fort Morgan. And you know, with this wet track, they're going to speed up this game as much as possible. At least Brush will. But the Mustangs only down by a touchdown. Sandoval's in the slot to the left. The lone setback is Levi McCoy. 4 yards behind center is Caden Edson. Two-step drop to his right, lofts it up the right sideline. Cardona's out there, and it's going to be intercepted. Cardona's wrestling with the defender, but Cardenas picked it off. Yeah, that's an interception. Cardenas was playing like left field there, and it's picked off at the 21.
Oh,
They're going to say Fort Morgan caught it?
they said
That was not shared possession.
No, it doesn't look like it.
That was-
That's a first down.
Wow. I got to tell you,
Spotted
that's
at the 21.
an awful
questionable.
call.
Yeah.
That's a gain of 26. That's an awful call. Fort Morgan got a huge break. I can't believe that's shared possession.
Good effort by Cardenas to get a hold of that ball, and fight for it.
Yeah, look at Lance Schwinn. He's out there. I don't blame him. That's an awful call. You could tell that Yvonne picked it off. I mean, you want to see Fort Morgan score. But, gentlemen, did you see shared? I didn't see shared possession. I saw him trying to wrestle for the ball, but I cannot believe that was waved off. Lance Schwinn is coming out of his shoes. Yeah, that is. And now Brush is calling a timeout. Or maybe the timeout was called because the coach was on the field. I don't blame him. He lofted it up the right side. Yvonne was out there, caught it with two hands, and then Cardona kind of threw his hands in there.
Yeah,
and they went down to the ground, and Cardona had part of his hands on the ball, but it was never shared possession. In fact, Cardenas came out with the football and was running towards the Brush sideline, and somehow they called that shared possession and a catch. And again, analyzing that play objectively, Brush got the raw end of that deal in a big way. I'm stunned that was overturned, Kevin.
Yeah, I agree with you. Even as they went to the ground, Cardona's hands were stretched out holding the ball, and the other guy had it in his body the whole time. So.
Right, yeah, Yvonne Cardenas had that ball.
Yeah.
So let's see how both teams respond to this. Hopefully Fort Morgan responds to it positively and keeps the momentum going.
Again, a gain of 26, first and 10 for the Mustangs. At the 21 of Brush. Edson will take it himself, running to his left, and he backs his way to the 20. But that's it. Thrown down
Edson
right
on
there.
The keeper, just inside the 20.
Tackle was made by
Gain of yards, second down and 9.
Aaron Taylor. Gain of 1 there, second down. And 9 yards to go for Fort Morgan at the 20. Yeah, I'm still in shock. I mean, it wasn't even close, to be honest with you. All right, we got under 11 minutes to go, third quarter. Rush 7, Fort Morgan nothing. Edson, play action, rolls out to his right, throws on the run, complete underneath to Ortega, short of a first down along the sideline, but it's a gain of about 5 to the 15-yard line. Those are the passes you got to make.
Complete to Ortega.
Edson
Pulled
can
down
get open.
by Montos Garcia.
Can get Ortega open all day underneath.
Third down and 5.
He's that athletic.
And he could have gotten that many yards just running on his own, too. So he has to look at that possibility of pulling it down and going downfield.
But Jacob has put on 20 pounds
I know.
here in the offseason. He's so strong. Third down and 4 to go from the 15 of Brush. One setback. Ortega's in motion to the left, and we've got an illegal procedure penalty. That's going to draw it back to the 20. And Fort Morgan
Motion on the Mustangs.
committed some crucial penalties in this game.
Yeah, they've got to take advantage of these,
Back to the
fumble
20, third down
and
and
then
10.
the questionable call. They've got to take advantage of this.
Yeah.
I think.
Third down and a long 9, a short 10 on the other side of the 20-yard line. The Beat Diggers lead 7-0, but Fort Morgan is in the red zone with 10:48 to go in the third. And Briggs Wheatley is the quarterback. Receivers put left and right. Wheatley will take the football himself, running to his left. Gets a block from Ortega. Seals the sideline to the 15. Breaks a tackle to 10. He's to the 5, and there's a late flag. And he's out of bounds inside the 5. Part of that is coming back All they had to do was let Wheatley run, and Fort Morgan has probably committed
There's a flag.
another valuable mistake. Oh, Wheatley, what an athlete out there. That would have been a gain of 14.
It's going to be an illegal block in the back.
Yeah, it's near the end of the run, too. That's exactly what it is, Brian. Well, that is just too bad. Should be a 10-yard penalty with a 14-yard gain. So now you're setting up a third down at about 6. So they still got a shot here.
At the 16, it's going to be third down and 6.
But we got to learn to, when good is good, and not block downfield after we got the first down.
Leo Luna is out. Ernie Sandoval is in. Big, nice sign here for Ernie, too.
Yep. From
the 16, Fernando Marquez and Jacob Ortega are the receivers to the left.
Wheatley still at
A tremendous athlete. On third down, Wheatley stutter steps, runs to the middle at the 15. He's down at the 12, tries to break out of a tackle. Might have got to the 11, but that's just all power there by Brooks Wheatley. They're going to backtrack it to the 12, a gain of 4. Fourth down and 2. Fort Morgan will have to go for it.
Wheatley up the middle.
Yeah, he looks like a little bit
Pulled
bigger.
down by Oliveros.
A little bit bigger quarterback than what
Fourth
Cade
and a
is.
yard and a half.
And a little more athletic running-wise.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. They'll go for it here. Fourth down, 2 yards to go for the Brush 12. Looking to draw to within a point. Wheatley again has the snap. He's going to hand it off right side, and that's going to be very close. I think McCoy got the first down, but boy, his right knee nearly went down.
Yeah.
At about the 10, but he got to about the 9, a gain of 3 for McCoy. And the drive continues, and you can hear that wind is just whipping up here in Fort Morgan.
That's a Mustang first down and goal.
Yeah, he might have been able to take that in if he hadn't slipped.
Right. So there's that field conditions. There's the field conditions we talked about. Possibly that little bit of moisture made that grass a little slippery.
First and goal for the 9. Wheatley will keep it himself, running to the 5, breaks out of a tackle, touchdown! Touchdown for the Mustangs!
Wheatley in the end zone. That's a
Briggs Wheatley! Snapped out of the tackle at the 5 and scores from 9 yards away. And the Mustangs draw to within 1. Rush 7, Fort Morgan 6 with 9:09 to go in the third. And now the extra point to be attempted by Adam Cardona off the hold of Caden Edson. And I think safe to say, gentlemen, more than likely we're going to have a quarterback change here with the way Wheatley just played.
Yeah, it looks like it.
At least when it's a running situation.
Right. I mean, Caden's done a credible job, but what Wheatley brings to the table. They're going to bring a heavy rush for Brush. There's the snap. The kick is up. And the game is tied. It's good.
With 9:09 left to go in the third quarter.
9:09 to go in the third quarter. We'll keep it right here. I can barely hear myself. Deadlocked at 7. How about that, gentlemen? Finally a score.
Yeah. Well, that tells you how hard the wind's blowing. The cannon went off and it sounded like a car backfiring a mile away.
Yeah.
You can hardly hear it. Usually it makes me jump out of my seat the first time.
Right.
I hear
Yeah,
it.
not that time. But I'm still telling you this. Fort Morgan got a huge break. It should have been an interception.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Brian, how long did that drive go for? They went backwards to begin. I think it was at the 34.
They started at the 47.
40, yeah.
Amazingly, they only used up 3 minutes of time. Seems like.
Less than 3, yeah.
Yep.
It did seem like a longer drive, but we had clock stoppages. Well, now it's an even game. But regardless of what happens the remainder of the game, Fort Morgan knows they got a major break. By the way, there's Isaac Linker on the sidelines.
Seawald
At the 27-yard line. He was not going to miss this game. Not just the 99 Mustangs, but Mustangs from the last couple of years are here. There's a line drive end over end. Cardenas has it at the 16 to the 20. Stutter stepping to the 25. He's loose at the 30. Along the sideline to the 40 with 2 Mustangs to beat in Fort Morgan territory. He's run out of bounds.
Cardenas on the return.
Holy mahungus.
Run out of bounds
At about the 39. It's a return of 48 yards for Ivan Cardenas. That's a big special teams play
Brush will have it there.
here
First
for
down
Brush,
and
and that changes the game right there, with Brush now having their first possession of the second half.
Yeah, now the defense has got to stiffen up here, try to keep that momentum with Fort Morgan, but that could be a momentum changer right there for Brush.
Yeah, 45 yards unofficially on the return. 9 minutes to go in the third. Tied at 7. First and 10 for Brush at the Fort Morgan 40. And the backs are split with one receiver to the left. The handoff left side. There's a big hole across the 35 to the 33. That is Nick Wellen. He got the 32. There was some penetration in there, but
carry pulled down by Sandoval. Spotted at the
Ernie
33,
Sandoval
second down and
could
3.
not make the play until he was 7 to 8 yards downfield. Second down and 2 to go for Brush.
And Brush kind of has a chip on their shoulder because they feel like they got cheated on that play, and rightfully so. So they're going to come out and prove it.
Second down and 2 from the 32-yard line of Fort Morgan. Again, the wind kicking up. Man in motion to the right. Hondo, long count, turns, hands it off right up the gut. First down, breaking out of a tackle to the 29 for a gain of 3. That was the up back there. And that was Chase Krieger. For the Mustangs made the play. The first man in on the tackle was Miko Yanez.
Carry, poked down by Yanez. Inside the 30 to the 29, it's a first down.
33 yards for Krieger on 8 carries. 7:53 to go in the third, tied at 7. First and 10 at the 29. Hondo, play action, looking to throw, pressured off his back foot, complete along the sideline to about the 15, maybe the 12. What a throw off his back foot.
Yeah.
Now let's see who is on the receiving end. That's Caden Moriarty with a catch, the sophomore.
By Lopez.
Lopez made the tackle, but that looks like it could be first and goal. And a
Spotted at the
gain
9, that's a first down.
of 19. Just inside the 10-yard line. We'll call it the 10. Boy, that is a tremendous throw. Moriarty's first catch of the game. Along that right sideline. Brush is looking to reclaim the lead. Inside the 10. Hondo with a handoff left side. Back to the middle is Wellen. And he lunges his way to the 6 for a gain of 4. He's up to 42 yards on 12 carries.
Krieger on the carry, pulled down at about
check
the
that.
7.
It was Krieger.
Second down and goal.
Second down and goal for the 6.
Yeah, Brush has been able to get at least 3 yards a carry.
Right.
Well, that's why more than likely they'll keep it on the ground. Krieger and Wellen in the backfield. From the 6, will this go to Wellen or will this go to Krieger? This one will go to Krieger on the counter right, and he's going to be hit at the line of scrimmage. Was that Nick Norris' side? It was.
Down by Norris.
There they went to the right instead of their left and didn't have as much success like you
No
talked
gain,
about.
yeah. They haven't been able to
Down a goal at the 7.
with much consistency. Yeah, he lost a yard. Third and goal at the 7. 6.5 to go. Third quarter. Rush 7, Fort Morgan 7. Like a good neighbor, Greg Mullen and his team at State Farm Insurance are there to make the insurance world easy for you. 842-4555. Cardenas, the receiver to the left. Third and goal for the 7. The backs are split. Matos Garcia, play action. Pressure coming. He's going to be thrown down. K.O. Langford. Shot out of there. And brought down for about a 10-yard loss. The junior makes a big play. Fourth and goal for the 17.
Langford on the sack.
Yeah,
All the way back to the 17.
yeah, he just came from nowhere.
It's
He
going to be fourth down and
wasn't
goal.
even touched on that blitz.
And that takes them out of field goal range. Not that they, but
Yeah,
they had
no,
a chance of doing that.
It's too long, yeah. That would be, with this wind, it would be a 34-yard field goal. They're going to have to go for it here. But last week against Wiggins, they had a 4th and 11 for the 21, and it was a touchdown pass to Seawald. So they've been in this situation as recently as last week. Clock is running. They're going to have to call a timeout here.
Yeah, Lance is over there talking to the ref. He was going to call that.
That's going to be
timeout.
their second timeout because he was out on the field the first time
Right.
after the bot
Timeout
call.
Brush.
Right. Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite them in the end of the game when they need one.
You want to feel good about being able to go out and argue that point, but you don't want to waste a timeout when you know that they're not going to call. They're not going to change
Yeah,
that call. So.
No.
All right, now let's. I just almost There you go. Lost my own connection here. Well, the wind is subsiding a bit. The rain has completely gone away.
But on the other side of that, Brian, as a coach, you have to let your players know that you're the one that fights for them, not them.
Right, yeah.
So, it set a good tone, too, that he was the one out there and not the kids.
Here we go.
Yeah, you got to back the kids. That's all there is to it. You're out there, like you said, fighting for them. So
I got to say this: the school spirit out here for Fort Morgan in this game has been tremendous.
yeah,
I mean, there's the band. These tremendous school spirit. You don't always see that, but and the same for Brush across the way. You can see the cheerleaders and the fans out there and the student body. 4th and goal for the 17. 5:22 to go in the third. Brush is going to go for it. Deadlock at 7. Seawald, the receiver to the left. Cardenas to the right. Under center. Marcos Garcia back to throw. Pressure backside. Goes off his back foot to the end zone. It's intercepted. And coming out of there is Ortega. Ortega coming out of the end zone to the 5. Along the sideline to the 10. Ortega stutter steps to the 15. Breaks out of a tackle to 20. Jacob Ortega to the 29-yard line. Jacob Ortega all fired up.
Ortega on this interception and return.
And the Mustangs have it.
Down at the 30-yard line, the Mustangs will have it there. First down and 10.
You know what Jacob was thinking? He was thinking, I'm going to go about 106 yards. He's that good of an athlete. Nonetheless, the return was about 36 yards. Even if he stays put in the end zone, they would have gained 3 yards to the 20. But instead, because of that return, they're now sitting at the 30-yard line. 1st and 10 for Fort Morgan at the 30. Just over 5 minutes to go in the third.
Fort Morgan disorganized.
Well, what's going on here? Now they're up to the line of scrimmage. Caden Edson is back in there. 2 receivers out to the left, 1 to the right. Man in motion to the right is Luna. Play action. Edson looks to throw. He's in right side, and it's incomplete. Ortega had it go off his arms. He had alligator arms right there because he saw Caden Moriarty about to clock
Moriarty
him.
on the cover.
And he should have caught that, but he pulled his hands back in to brace himself for the contact. 2nd down.
yeah, that was a nice pass by Edson.
Oh, gorgeous
Beautiful.
pass. I think Jacob tried to figure out a way to make the catch and not get clocked on that play.
Right.
And in the end, he got neither.
Exactly, because he
got hit anyway. So
he had 3 straight completions, did Caden. 2nd down and 10 from the 30-yard line. Yanez, one of the receivers, out to the left side, and Edson will stutter step and run towards the left side. He's down quickly after a gain of 2. Running threat that Wheatley is.
3rd down and 8.
But he was able to maneuver himself for a couple of yards, and for Edson, that's his 4th carry. But he did have a 12-yard carry, 4 carries for 23 yards, so a pretty good average. 3rd and 8, just past the 32. When's the last time we had a close brush? I'll tell you when it was. Right here in 2013, when Brush won on a 90-yard touchdown run by Kyle Rosenbrock in the 4th quarter. Edson rolls out to his left on 3rd and 8. Still rolling. He'll take off with a football to the 35. A first down. He slams into a defender across the 40. Gets to about the 42. That's a good tough run there by Caden Edson.
Yeah.
It's a gain of 10 and the Mustang first down.
Dumper on the stop.
And he made
That's
a
a
good
Mustang
move,
first down.
made the Brush defender whiff. Got himself another 5 yards.
Jackson Dunker made the tackle inside of 4 minutes to go once this ball is snapped. Well, we'll give him the 43-yard line. And you can tell the wind is just maybe not playing a factor, but it's present. Let's put it that way. From the 43, Ortega's the receiver to the right. Under center is Caden Edson for the first time. Or check that, that's another quarterback. Handoff right up the gut to the 4. No, that was Edson. Well, he was so low, I thought it was another uniform number. Is that Ernie Sandoval? The fullback on the carry. Gain of 3, 2nd and 7. That's another wrinkle in the offense.
Spotted at the 47, 2nd down and 6.
yeah, I haven't seen Morgan under center for quite some time.
Maybe 2 seasons.
Yep.
Or last year on a quarterback sneak on 2nd down. Here's Edson taking off with the football to the 50. He's spun down at the 45.
Edson on the keeper.
They might have given him a charity half yard there.
About the 44.
Nice play there by Edson.
Cardenas on the tackle. That's a Mustang first down.
They're going to give him 10 yards. Caden with 2 consecutive 10-yard carries. All of a sudden, he's becoming running threat again.
Right. Well, they're using his smarts. They're running the option. And
right. Now Fort Morgan is trying to gain control of this game, but they trailed most of the first half and a portion of the third quarter. 2:43 to go in the third, tied at 7. First and 10 for the Beatniker 44. Again under center's Edson. Ortega in motion to the right. Edson has the ball on his right hip. Will throw underneath. Caught by Sandoval at the 35. Along the sideline, first down. Ernie Sandoval to the 24.
Edson's pass is
It's a gain of 20. On the connection from Edson to Ernie Sandoval.
Jace Krieger on the cover.
And there wasn't a Brush defender that wanted to step up and take him on.
Started at the 24. That's a Mustang first down.
He played freshman football with my son Nick, and he was an excellent receiver. He's got Ernie Sandoval's got great hands.
That's awesome.
Fantastic hands. They would find him open quite a bit. First and 10 at the 24. And I can tell you, Ernie was working hard in the weight room the last couple of summers. That's why nobody wanted to take him on. He had Kevin Rohde size from the 24. A little bit more muscle. Handoff to Cale Langford, and he cannot spin out of a tackle. That was closed very quickly.
Langford over the left side.
For no gain, but now getting up limping is
Matos
Garcia, who made the tackle.
About a yard. Second down and 9.
No gain.
I think it's a cramp, maybe.
Chris Schneider checks out. Malachi Yanis checks in. 1:37 to go in the third. Fort Morgan 7, Brush 7. Second down and 10, just inside the Brush 24. Ortega's the receiver to the right. One setback. Edson will hand it off to Langford. He snaps out of a tackle inside the 20 to the 17.
Langford over the right
nice
side.
Nice run by Cale Langford.
16. Siebold on the tackle.
Give him a gain of close to 7.
Third and about 2.
He had both arms on that, or both hands on that ball that time. They were trying to take that out of there when they were tackling him.
Yeah, he did corral the football very nicely. At the 17, third down and a short 4. Here's Briggs Wheatley in a quarterback. Will he take off with the football? Wheatley will, up the middle, to the 15, to the 10. He slams into Caden Moriarty and carries him
Wheatley
to the 9,
maybe
the 8.
Moriarty stops him, but not before he gets inside the 10 to the
and
9.
It's a gain of 8.
Mustang. First down and goal.
First and goal and a gain of 8 for Wheatley. Just inside the 9. Boy, you like that change in quarter. Edson did a really nice job on this drive.
Yeah, he did.
29 seconds to go, third quarter. Will Fort Morgan score before the quarter expires? This more than likely will be the final play of the quarter. They don't want to make a mistake now. First and goal from the 9. Briggs Wheatley is going to hand it off to Langford to the 5. Touchdown! Cale Langford started to his right. Cale Langford then cut it back towards the middle and scores from 9 yards out. And the Mustangs lead for the first time in the game. It's 13-7. They have put together a dominant third quarter here. Now the all-important extra point. Nice blocking there on the right side, and Cale was almost untouched after finding that little seam.
Yeah, that was a nice run. Nice block up front.
Are they going to call procedure? Brush did jump. It is procedure. Boy, this
Cardona to attempt the point.
This will make it a longer extra point.
Out of Edson's hold. Fossdogger moving back 5.
This is big now, 25-yard extra point. In 3A, this seems more like a 35 or 40-yarder.
Yeah.
But there's no doubt, one play has changed this game.
Yep, unfortunately, questionable.
Right, there's a snap. The kick is up. Well, he booted that beautifully. Right there.
Yeah, kick is up and good. With 11.9 seconds left to go in the third quarter, the score is Fort Morgan 14, Brush 7.
Leads Brush 14-7. We'll keep it right here. The Mustangs will have to kick off. But they put together an excellent third quarter. You've got the 9-yard touchdown run from Wheatley and a 9-yarder from Cale Langford. The brand new football team, gentlemen.
Yep.
Yeah, Fort Morgan looks like they're playing with a lot more confidence now than they were before.
Well, again, we're talking about you can't wait till Thursday to make the adjustment. You gotta do it in the second half.
Right.
And they certainly did that.
Now special teams have got to try to limit rushes.
Well, Godinez had a 45-yard return earlier.
Cardenas and
In about 10
back.
seconds, we'll have the wind at our back for the rest of the game.
Cardona to hit up for the Mustangs.
It'll be Adam Cardona to kick it off. End over end, fielded by Godinez at the 20. Runs to his right to the 30. He's getting loose at the 45, and he's down at the 49. 29-yard return. Cardona had to stay back there to assist on the hit with Leo Luna.
At about the 49.
Just as you'd expect, there's no quitting the Brush Diggers. They came
Luna
to play, and
Cardona on
they'll
the
keep
stop.
fighting till the end.
Brush will have it there, first down and 10.
Yeah, that's something the Mustangs will have to work on this week in practice. Is that kickoff coverage?
Yeah, first and 10 for Brush at the 49. 2 9-yard touchdown runs in the third. One from Briggs Wheatley, the other from Cale Langford. 4.9 seconds to go. Hondo is under center. Hondo will hand it off to Krieger running left. He's got a short gain to the 49 of Fort Morgan, gain of 2. And that's going to be Nick Wellen, instead.
Wellen on the carry.
Wellen picks up 2. That's the end of the third
inside
quarter.
the 15 to about the 49.
With the
Get one.
score, Fort Morgan 14, Brush 7 on
Center in the
B106
tackle.
and the Eastern Plains
That's the
Sports
end of the
Network.
third quarter. The score, Fort.
We begin the fourth quarter, and Jace Krieger has a pitch right. He's got a nice gain
Krieger
across
on
the
the right
45
side.
to the 44. It's a gain of about 5 on a second down and 9. It'll set up a third and about 3 or 4 here to go for
Marquez
Brush.
and Redding on the tackle.
I'm John Beltran with Brian Nickel and Kevin Rohde.
Third down and 3.
Fort Morgan leads Brush 14-7. Caught third down and about 3 to go, just inside the Fort Morgan 44. Brush has used 2 timeouts in this half. Hunter Dunn is the receiver to the right, but more than likely a running play. On third down and 3. Matos Garcia hands it off to Wellen. He's hit, but then he tumbles his way right to the first down marker at the 41.
Wellen on the carry, pulled down
For
by
a pickup
Redding.
of 3. Jake Redding made the hit, but that is going to be, just inches shy of a first down.
Spot it just short of the line, 4th and inches.
Yeah, that'll be a quarterback sneak. They'll do that momentarily, you would think. Game turned around in the third. Yeah, 4th and inches at the 41. Approaching the 10.5-minute mark. Let's see if Hondo just takes it himself. No, he dropped the ball! And the ball is loose. It doesn't matter.
Nope.
Fort Morgan's going to have it. The ball is loose.
Loose. The Mustangs have it.
At the 41, Hondo did not get a clean exchange.
First down, 42.
And the Mustangs have it. And in fact, the football was recovered anyway on the fumble. So the Mustangs have it. It was recovered by Shane Martinez, but it didn't matter because it was 4th and 1 and the ball it trickled backwards by about a yard. So they've got it now at the 42. Can you get any more breaks, Kevin Rohde?
Doesn't seem like Fort Morgan deserves much more than that. Brush is really the officials gave them that one big one, and then
Right.
First half Fort Morgan was making the mistakes and giving Brush the breaks, and now
Yeah.
there you have it.
Can you get any more breaks, Brian?
No,
No, I'm down.
they got to do it on their own now.
You're right. I think you're right. They do. Edson going to hand it off. There's a big hole across the left side for McCoy. Into the secondary at the 40. Cuts it back to the 35. Along the sideline. Knocked it out of bounds at the 28 for Levi McCoy.
Inside the 30 to about
That's
the
his
26.
biggest run of the night.
Walters Garcia on the
Let's
tackle.
see what they
That's
give
a
him.
Mustang first down.
They give him the 26. It's a gain of 32 for Levi McCoy. What a run. And he shot out of there like he was out of a cannon. And he had a big hole around that left side. From the 26-yard line. And now, is Brush calling their final timeout, or is this just coaches out on the field? They're backtracking the ball to the...
That's
yes.
it. Yep.
Timeout. Beat Diggers.
Levi McCoy now unofficially, just off that run alone, has 55 yards. He had 24 yards before that carry on 8 carries. Now 9 for 55, looks a lot better.
So where did this Levi McCoy come from? I hadn't heard of him before.
That makes 2 of us, I'm not sure. Crystal clear ice, good for any drink any time of the year. AC Ice at any local grocery or a convenience store in Northeast Colorado today. AC Ice, and a proud supporter of all the area athletes is Mr. D's Ace Home Center. They'll serve you with all your home, farm, and ranch supplies with 3 locations: Sterling, Brush, and Fort Morgan. 1st and 10 for the Mustangs at the 27 off that huge run by Levi McCoy. Again, 4 yards behind center is Caden Edson. What a nice comeback by the Mustangs here in the second half with 10-11 to go in the game. McCoy is the lone setback. Ortega's in motion to the right. Handoff, McCoy to the left side, along the sideline to the 20. Back to the 10. Breaks the tackle at the 5. Touchdown! Touchdown! Levi McCoy! 27 yards for McCoy. And the Mustangs lead 20-7 with 10:03 to go in the game. And there's a beat digger down at the 15. But McCoy just went the distance. And let's see who's hurt. That might be Griffin, but I'm not sure. I see a 3. But McCoy made a nifty move at around the 20-yard line to free himself from the defender. And Fort Morgan now leads by 13 with the extra point upcoming. All of a sudden, McCoy on his last 2 carries is just shy of 60 yards as the beat digger is being attended to at the 15-yard line in this place, which has been raucous the entire game, has gotten very silent.
Yeah. Wait and see what happens with this injury. He's sitting up now. I think they might be looking at a knee or...
Well, it looked like he twisted a knee, whoever that is, but...
34.
Oh, that's Jace Krieger.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, not 35, but 34. That's a big loss. Yeah, Krieger's out of this game because it's his left leg. And he might have to be carried off. He cannot put any weight on that left leg. What a talented sophomore Jace Krieger is.
Yep.
And he wanted to make that play there, couldn't, and 2 other beat diggers couldn't make it either. And McCoy got loose, and now Adam Cardona will try to make it 3 for 3 on extra points.
Yeah, Jace Krieger's a really fine young man. Know him outside of school. He's a good kid. Hope nothing serious.
I got to tell, I don't remember a crowd like this the last 2 or 3 years here. This is like incredibly electric here in Fort Morgan. Cardona to attempt the extra point. Perfect snap. The kick is a line drive, and did he hook it? He did hook it to the left.
That kick is no good.
10:03 to go in the game. With the score, Fort Morgan 20.
Brush 7.
Brush 7 on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network.
Looks like Ortega's going to tee it up for the Mustangs.
The Mustangs get another touchdown, and this time, Brian, they had to travel a little bit further, but they had 2 big plays there from Levi McCoy before he scored from 27 yards out.
Yeah, they went 58 yards on that one in 2 plays, 16 seconds.
And we didn't expect that.
No.
I mean, they didn't put together any big plays in the first half with the exception of a 30-yard pass. There's a short kick towards the sideline. It'll bounce to the 20 and go out of bounds. So Brush is going to have good field position at the 35 to begin this 4th quarter possession with 10:03 to go in the game, trailing Fort Morgan 20-7.
You could say on that last drive that Fort Morgan found the real McCoy.
It took the first game. First game, Kevin got it out of the way. Good job. The real McCoy, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you said, not expecting. They haven't showed anything like this the whole game.
Yeah.
But like we talked earlier, Brush has been playing with this kind of energy like they thought they had something. And now Fort Morgan's kind of pounding it and taking it away from them.
1st and 10. Throw out to the right and complete. A late flag. Cardenas was the intended receiver. That's a very late flag.
Pass intended for Cardenas falls incomplete.
And that's going to be a
Lopez on
personal
the cover.
foul roughing the passer against Fort Morgan. Well, you can't do that. That's going to place the ball at midfield. Fort Morgan has been pretty disciplined penalty-wise in the second half. I mean, that's something that can get brushed right back into the game.
Yes, and it's number 82 that just came out of there that committed the foul.
Yeah, we don't have him on our roster. We'll have to see who that is. First and 10 at midfield for Brush.
15-yard penalty on the Mustangs brings it to midfield. Brush will have it there, first down and 10.
They had a 21-yard scoring pass from Alejandro Maltos Garcia to Luke Seawald. But since then, it's been 2 touchdown runs, 3 actually. Briggs Wheatley from 9 yards out, Kale Langford from 9. Levi McCoy from 27, back to throw. Maltos Garcia lobs it deep up the left side, incomplete. Off the left hand of Ivan Cardenas at the 21-yard line. Didn't have a lot of air under it.
Pass intent for Cardenas falls incomplete. Marquez on the cover. Second down and 10.
Second down and 10 to go for the Brush Bee Diggers.
You know that all the teams that Fort Morgan's going to play the rest of the season are going to be scouting this video, and some of them probably at this game. It's been several times when Fort Morgan's defenders got Brush running down the field behind them.
Right.
And so that definitely shows that we're susceptible to long passes.
Matos Garcia's 3 out of 14 for 44 yards. Hand off to Wellen. Stutter steps and has got nothing. Smothered at the line of scrimmage.
Wellen on the carry.
They've contained him all night.
50 to about 49.
The first hit for Fort Morgan was made
Yanez on the
by
tackle.
Miko Yanez. Third down and a short 10. Yeah, Wellen's only got 43 yards on 14 carries. Last year, he had a 56-yard touchdown against Fort Morgan, but the game was well over by that point.
Yeah, it looks like you was talking about guys being open. Looks like the guys right down the middle of the field have been open. He's been going to Cardenas over on the sideline, but
Right.
looks like the receiver's been open in the middle.
Third down, and there's a draw play right up the gut. That's going to be a first down, and getting loose inside the 35 to about the 30. That's the second time that play has worked.
Dunker on the drop
And
play.
that was Jackson Dunker for a gain of 19.
Pulled down at the
That's twice
30-yard
that's worked
line.
tonight.
Ernie
Yeah.
Sandoval on the stop. That's a first down.
Well, Brush is still alive. They're only down 20-7, under 9 minutes to go. The one thing that's working against them is they have no timeouts remaining. And they got to score fairly quickly from the Fort Morgan 30-yard line. Handoff, right side, stutter stepping is Wellen, and he scoots back towards the middle into the arms of Nick Norris.
Wellen on the carry.
Makes the play. It's a gain of about 3 or 4.
Pulled down by Norris at about the 26, gain of 4, second down and
Second
6.
down and 6 to go. 47 yards now on 15 carries for Nick Wellen. Clock reads 8 minutes and 22 seconds to go.
You would think the Brush would be a little more urgent in their play calling and getting up to the line of scrimmage here.
All the John Deere equipment for your operation is at 21st Century Equipment in Sterling and Fort Morgan. Second down and 6 in motion to the left. One of the tight ends for Brush. There's the give and a gain of 1. That's Dunker and a late flag. Did they get him around the? I think it might be a hold. I don't think they got him at the face mask.
We've got a flag.
Gain of 1. I think that was a hold. I didn't see a face mask, but we'll find out. No, it's a hold against Brush.
Holding on the Diggers.
That's a quick hold inside that
Very quick.
interior
On a
line.
gain
like
of
that.
1, yeah. That's going to force them to pass. With second down and 15 yards to go for the Fort Morgan 35.
Spotted at the 35. The Diggers will have it there, second and 15.
Fort Morgan will play Lutheran on Thursday night. We'll have the game on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network, a 7 o'clock kickoff on Thursday. So it's a very short turnaround for the Mustangs. In with play instructions is Ivan Cardenas as the clock continues to tick. Second down and 15. Alejandro Maltos Garcia runs into his running back, throws off his back foot, incomplete. There's some confusion back there. He threw it into the ground at Dunker. That's a good thing because
Pass intended
Wheatley
for
was right
Dunker
there.
falls incomplete.
Yeah, he threw that
Wheatley
away.
on the cover. Going to be third down and 15.
You know, for a sophomore, he's got a good head on his shoulders. Of course, he did
Oh, yeah.
play last year,
Yeah,
so this is his second year as a quarterback. So but he's got the smarts there to run the quarterback position.
third down and 15 to go. From the 35, one receiver to the right. 4 down territory for Brush. Maltos Garcia, pressure coming, throws it out to his right. It's off the hands of Dunker, and that might be a late hit. It's going to be a late hit. Yep, it went off of Dunker's hands, and then Wheatley clocked him.
And that one they're not going to reverse.
No, Nope, that was.
Pass intended.
He had 3 steps. That was just a bad call.
Yeah, that's a late hit. That's a good call.
Just going to say before that play, this is kind of it for Brush. If they don't score on this drive, I think they're going to have trouble.
Well, that's 2 big breaks that Brush has gotten. The roughing the passer and then the personal foul. I think Coach Davies is saying that his momentum was still going towards the receiver, and there might have been some acting there by Dunker. You got to sell that call sometimes.
Yeah.
First down at the 20. But I think we saw it clearly from here. Had he been
at the 20,
had he been a little bit closer to him,
first down.
that's one thing, but you're right, he took an extra step. It's a clean hit. A very clean hit, but it was just time too late, and Davies is not happy.
Yep.
Not happy at all. But again,
you got to learn to back off of that. When you see that incomplete pass, you can't just run them over like that.
First and 10 at the 20. Hondo's going to hand it off to Nick Wellen. He's got nowhere to go on the right side. Met by Ernie Sandoval at the line of scrimmage. Ernie's getting up all fired up.
Wellen
No
on the
gain.
carry, stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
See, I think that penalty they called on Sandoval.
Second down and 10.
Because he was really upset after that, so he's fired up right now. But
was it on him or Wheatley?
No, it was on Wheatley.
It was on
was it?
Yeah,
Oh,
it
okay.
was on Wheatley.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sandoval was the one getting up in the face of the refs and stuff, and they were having to get him back.
Yeah, no, it was on Briggs Wheatley.
Okay.
Second down and 10 for the 20. Again, a clean hit, just a little bit late, according to the official. 6:38 to go in the game. Fort Morgan 20, Brush 7. Backs are split, passing situation. Hondo's going to bootleg left, scooted back towards the middle, but grabbed from behind and thrown down for a gain of 1. Read very well.
Pulled down by
Cale Langford saw that play the whole way, a gain of just
Spotted
1
at the
for Hondo.
19.
Somebody down.
Be 3rd and 9.
That's another Brush player
Hondo.
down.
Quarterback, Hondo.
Yep, at the 19-yard line. He's taken a couple of licks already.
Well, he was limping on defense earlier, wasn't he?
Yep.
Yeah, I think he had cramps earlier, but let's hope
It'll be
that's all
third
it is.
down, yeah, and 9 to go. You don't want to lose your starting quarterback.
Especially after losing your starting running back.
Colorado Plains Medical Center has experienced physicians and a highly trained staff, and their staff makes your hometown hospital the place for expert quality care. Colorado Plains Medical Center, helping communities thrive. That's Colorado Plains Medical Center. And Northeastern, when it comes to your future, Northeastern is miles ahead of college, is close to home. Northeastern. So Fort Morgan with a 20-7 lead with 6:17 to go in the fourth quarter. But Brush is in the red zone. It'll be a 3rd down and 9. Alejandro Matos Garcia favoring something lower body-wise. He was limping earlier. Now he's getting up. But yeah, now he might not be able to put weight on one of his 2 legs. We're going to have a new quarterback. Hondo's probably done for the game.
I think number 6.
That's Ivan Cardenas. That's James Ocanedo getting the Mustang fired up. He graduated earlier this year. Yeah, you got some 2019 graduates that are inciting this crowd. Here we go. Ivan has got plenty of practice at quarterback. He was a freshman quarterback as well. 3rd down and 9 for the 19. Cardenas on the handoff to Wellen right up the gut, and he squeezes about 3 yards out of that carry before the middle of the Mustang line makes the play.
Wellen up the middle.
4th down and 6. At
Gain
the
of 3.
16.
It's going to be 4th down and 7.
That's pretty much the ball game for Brush.
Without a doubt. Just shy of the 16. 5:20 to go in the fourth, and down by 13 is Brush. On 4th down and a long 6. Ivan Cardenas under center. Rolls out to his right. He's got a man wide open in the end zone. Caught underneath by Moriarty, who came back to the ball. He's got it at the 5, 1st and goal. Had that ball been thrown a little bit deeper, it would have been an easy touchdown. Moriarty had to come back, and it's a gain of 11.
I think the DBs will have a little bit of conversation with Coach Langford this week.
Yeah, that's been open out here in the middle of the field, and they've just not gone to him.
This game is not over yet. 1st and goal at the 5 for Brush. Dunker and Wellen in the backfield. Handoff to Wellen, right side. Nick Norris throws him for a loss. Wellen couldn't get out of the backfield. It's a loss of a yard.
8-yard line by Norris. Second down and goal.
Well, they ran to the strength of the Mustang defense.
Spotted at the 7.
19 yards on 8 carries in the second half. Yeah, it's a loss of 2 now. Yeah, you can't. I don't know why they're running at Norris on a 1st and goal at the 5.
Right.
And they're taking up all this time.
Yeah, they started this drive with 10:03 to go.
Well,
They've taken almost 6 minutes off the clock.
Well, now it's over 6 minutes because we are at the 4-minute mark on 2nd and goal from the 7. One receiver out to the left. That's Escalante. Cardenas, play action. Rolling out to his left. Pressure coming. Still coming. Throws off his back foot to the end zone. Intercepted! Intercepted by Fernando Marquez. He picked it off, I believe, at the 1.
Pass is picked off.
He might have picked it off at the 1.
Yep.
And Fort Morgan's going to take over off the big turnover.
I think he actually picked it off in the end zone and then fell onto the 1-yard line.
Well, now you got a quarterback sneak it or something. You got to go under center here. If you're Fort Morgan, you don't want to make a mistake with 3:47 to go in the game.
Looks like they got Wheatley in maybe at quarterback for the running situation.
Well, watch out because Wheatley can break
at
it.
the 1-yard line.
I mean, a long way.
Yeah.
Fort Morgan has it there. 1st down and 10.
1st and 10 at the 1-yard line for the Mustangs. That is Wheatley, but he's out of the gun. So he's 2 steps into the end zone. There was movement.
Offside on Brush.
Oh, that's huge, yes. Now they're at the 6. That's huge. Now you can still run the same formation, but not worry about taking a safety.
And we answered your question from about 10 minutes ago. Can you get another break?
7, 1st and 5.
Well, apparently they got him there.
Yeah.
Get a delicious treat, breakfast or lunch option to make the day better at Willow Coffee and Bake Shop, 921 Edison Street in Brush. That's Willow Coffee and Bake Shop. 1st and 10 or 5 from the 6. Briggs Wheatley has the football, stutter steps to the middle to the 10, 1st down to the 15, and then he's undercut right there. But Briggs Wheatley with a gain of 10. Caden Moriarty makes the tackle and it's a 1st down.
16. That's a Mustang 1st down.
Yeah, I like the looks of that Wheatley. He's a good, strong running quarterback.
He's a great baseball player too, and a very athletic basketball player. He's a good 3-sport athlete.
Nick Norris coming out. Looks like he might be cramping up.
Yeah.
1st and 10 from the 16, and Brush cannot stop the clock with 3:23 to go. There's the give to McCoy, stutter steps, and he backs his way across the 20 to the 25 to the 26, a gain of 10 and a 1st down. And Brush is now getting
on the carry.
They're getting fatigued on defense as Moriarty made the tackle, but Levi McCoy in his last 3 carries, he's got 68 yards now.
And he's coming out, either he's tired or cramping a little bit too.
That is a Mustang 1st down.
Well, he's up to 92 yards and 11 carries. 1st and 10 for Fort Morgan at the 26. 3:06 to go in the game. Briggs Wheatley awaits the snap. Has the football, keeps it himself, a seam to the left side across the 30. Breaks out of the tackle at the 40, and he's out of bounds at the 44. Moriarty there
Wheatley on
again.
the carry, run out of bounds at the 44
gain of 18.
by Moriarty. There is a flag.
Well, let's see if this is coming
40.
back.
Oh, it's pointing brush-wise. Face mask.
5-yard face mask.
Face mask on the Diggers.
Have a
5-yard penalty. So, spots at the 49. The Mustangs will have it there. 1st down and 10.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. And the clock continues to run. I don't know why. He went out of bounds.
Yeah, I don't know why they run the clock.
Out of the gun. Briggs Wheatley looking over towards the sideline for play instructions. 2.5 to go in the game. Can the Mustangs break off another one? 3 rushing touchdowns in the second half. Ortega's in motion to the right. And there's the handoff to Langford. Stutter steps, runs to his left, and then is down
Langford
Across the
over
50
the
to the
left side,
47, a gain of 4.
inside the 50 to about the 47.
Yeah, it looked like he went down just
Unit
gone.
4, second down and 6.
Well, you don't want
So
to
you
go out
don't
of
wanna-
bounds.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yep, so
All they
far-
got to do is run like 2 or 3, well, 3 more plays.
Yep.
Right, and of course Brush has no timeouts.
Second down and 6 to go for the Brush 47. Wheatley awaiting the snap, letting the play clock run down. Still not at 5 yet. Now it's at 5. He's got the snap. There's the give. And right up the gut. That's a first down for Langford. And he pulls across the 40 to the 39, maybe the
Langford
38
on the carry
for a
inside
gain
the
of close
40
to
about the
9.
38. That'll be a Mustang first down.
Now you go into victory formation.
Right.
And that should be it. After the gain of 9 by Langford, Wheatley is coming out. Yeah, this should be victory formation for the Mustangs.
Yep.
Up by 13. And yep, there we go. They will require a second snap because there's a minute 1 to go, and still looking up at the play clock at the official, at the back judge, that is. Edson takes a knee, excuse me. It'll be second
Edson
down
on the
and
kneel
11.
down.
At the 39, one more knee, and that'll be it.
Yep.
And the Fort Morgan Mustangs will have walked away with a 20-7 win. A win, quite frankly, that was in major doubt at halftime.
Yep.
There's the knee, and the Fort Morgan Mustangs have won the opening game of the
Another kneel down,
2019
and that's
season
going to be the ball game.
as they defeat the Brush Beatniggers.
Ladies and gentlemen, your final
By a score of
tonight is
20-7.
20, Rush 7.
Let's take a break.
Next week,
Fort Morgan 20,
will have
Rush
their
7.
first ever Thursday night
On
game.
B106 and
And they
the
will
Eastern
face
Plains
Colorado
Sports
Woodford.
Network.
Planned